At times, you will need to pick geometry in a job for tasks like editing, moving, deleting, or measuring. This training session introduces the variety of ways you can pick geometry. In the first segment, we'll look at mouse picking, picking everything inside or outside of a window area, and how to pick all active geometry. We'll use the Change Geometry command to demonstrate how to pick without actually finishing the command in this first segment. At this point in the training, we want you to focus on the methods of picking geometry. These methods can be used for any command where you need to pick. Let's start by running the Change Geometry command. The system tells you when you need to pick geometry in several ways. In the command window, you can see that the prompt tells you what to pick and the picking tools appear. Perhaps a more obvious way to tell when you are in pick mode is that the mouse cursor becomes a red crosshair. The simplest way to pick geometry is by clicking on it with your mouse. Geometry highlights as you pick it. In general, it's most effective to pick geometry around its edges when you are picking with the mouse. If you accidentally pick the wrong geometry, you can use the back arrow in the command window or the backspace key to undo the picks. Another common way to pick is with windows. This means you will define a window in the graphics area and everything inside or outside of the window will be picked. Let's use Window In to pick everything completely inside an area we define in the job. Click on the Window In tool or use the shortcut keys I or space. Did you notice that the command prompt and color of the cursor changed? Now select locations for a window with a mouse click in opposite corners of the window, and then a right click or enter to finalize the picking window. Notice that only geometry inside the window is picked. For tighter layouts, you can define polygon shape instead of a rectangle for the picking window. Do this by mouse clicking more corner locations before you right click or enter to finalize the window. All the geometry completely inside the polygon area you defined is picked. Now let's zoom all the way out using the Home key on the keyboard, just so we can see how to pick everything that is completely outside of a window we define. Click on the Window Out tool or use the shortcut key O, and then define the picking window by selecting opposite corner locations. You can see that everything completely outside of the window is picked. Geometry which crosses the outline of the window is not picked. Let's clear the command and try another windowing option to pick geometry that crosses the window you define. Clear the command and all your picks by clicking Escape in the command window or on your keyboard. Now run the command again. You can pick any geometry that crosses the window, whether you are picking inside or outside of the window. To do this, click on the Window Cross tool, then select Window In or Window Out. We'll use Window In. Now define your picking window with the mouse. You can see that everything inside the window and everything that crossed the window is also picked. Let's look at one more very common tool for picking, the All button. Use All to pick all the geometry on the active layers. Shortcut key for this is A. A click on the All button picks all the geometry on the active layers. If we zoom out using the Home key again, we can see that everything on the active layer has indeed been picked. Filters can be used when picking to limit which geometry can be picked. You can either select filters from drop-down lists or use the Pick Filter tool button to automatically load the filter with the characteristics of the geometry you pick. When used with mouse picking, window picking, or all picking, filters can keep you from picking the wrong geometry. One way to set up a filter is by selecting it from the drop-down list of geometry types. Then enter values for size or any other characteristics shown. Once the filter is loaded, you won't be able to pick any other types of geometry. If you click on something else, it won't be picked. This is particularly useful to avoid picking the wrong geometry in tight areas. Another way to load the filter quickly is by picking one instance of the feature you want to filter. First, select the Pick Filter tool button, then pick the feature with the mouse. You can see that the filter is automatically loaded with the feature's characteristics. In this case, a 24 by 74 mm rectangle. Filtering works the same for picking with the mouse, Windows, or the All button. Only the geometry specified by the filter is picked. So if we use Window In, only the 24 by 74 mm rectangles completely inside the window are picked. If we use the All button, all the 24 by 74 mm rectangles on the active layers are picked. Notice that the filter is cleared after using the All button. Another picking tool is the Chain Tool button. This enables you to pick all trace geometry, including arcs that lie end to end with the first feature you pick. In this case, we want to increase the width of the outline shown here. If we zoom in using the mouse wheel and list these features with the Measure ID command, we can see that they're separate lines and arcs, all with a width of 10 mils. Although there are several ways we could change the width, this time we'll use the Change Size by Amount command. For this command, a positive number will increase the size and a negative number will decrease the size. Let's increase this width by 40 mils. When the system prompts you to pick geometry, click the Chain button. Now pick one part of the outline and all the lines and arcs which lie end to end will be picked. Click Enter or right-click the mouse to finish, and the width changes. With this type of command, you'll be asked to confirm the edit. This gives you a chance to zoom in and inspect the details if you need to with the zooming and scrolling keys. From this level, it looks like the outline may touch the round pads at the top of the job. Let's take a closer look. Page up to zoom in and up arrow to scroll up. Looks good, so we'll accept the edits. You've just seen many picking options, so let's review. You can pick with the mouse or use tools for windowing, picking all, filtering, and chain picking. And you can load filters by selecting characteristics or simply picking a feature with the desired characteristics. So as you work with the editor, keep these basic tips in mind. Prompts tell you what to do, pick features on their edges, backspace to undo a pick, and combine filters with other picking tools to limit the features you pick.